It's hard to believe, but we're hearing that Hollywood, the home of make-believe, is taking a new stand against plastic surgery. Casting directors are now taking a new look at actors with natural faces and bodies.
There are a lot of celebrities who we knew and had big expectations from. We appreciated them for their beauty and talent. But as time went by, their beauty withered, and sometimes their talent followed. You must be curious about who these celebrities are. But most importantly, you might be asking, why did their beauty wither? Well, come along as we explore this list that will answer your questions. Dennis Rodman. The basketball legend went through some noticeable physical changes, and this was because of his struggles with alcohol abuse. As his drinking habits became more frequent, his body started to show the effects. His once lean frame became bloated, with his face becoming puffier and his skin looking more tired. The energy he had on the court was replaced by a more sluggish, drained appearance. The toll alcohol took on his health was visible in his features, and people noticed the shift from the sharp, intense athlete to someone who seemed weighed down. His lifestyle choices led to unpredictable behavior, and his appearance followed suit. He is one of the celebrities whose beauty and talent withered hand in hand, but we're just getting started. There's more, so keep watching. Winona Ryder. The famed actress was a beauty in her day. You couldn't see a picture of her without looking twice or even thrice. But then she went through a tough period that involved substance abuse, and it showed in her appearance. As she faced personal struggles, including the pressures of fame, her physical changes became noticeable. Her face, which used to be radiant, began to appear more tired. Her skin lost its youthful glow, and her eyes seemed to lack the spark they once had. The weight fluctuations also added to her changing look, with her body going through ups and downs. During her struggles, Winona's overall demeanor felt more exhausted, and her once sparkling presence seemed dimmed. But she's not the only one whose essence dimmed. The next celebrity on our list is one that you won't even expect to be here. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is another artist who did not grow like we expected. His handsome and bubbly self was sapped away by hard drugs. His substance abuse started in his younger years when the pressures of fame and a fast-paced lifestyle took their toll. He used substances like alcohol and drugs as a way to escape the constant spotlight. As time passed, the toll became evident in his physical appearance. He looked different, more tired, with darker circles under his eyes, and his skin appeared rougher. It was clear he wasn't taking care of himself. The stress of maintaining his image and dealing with personal struggles only made things worse. Eventually, the effects of his lifestyle began showing up in his body. Justin's once youthful and healthy look faded, replaced by an older, worn-out version of himself. Britney Spears. Once the pop princess with a flawless image, experienced some difficult years where substance abuse took a toll on her life and appearance. As her struggles deepened, her physical changes became apparent. She lost a lot of weight, and her once vibrant skin looked dull and tired. Her energy seemed drained, and her face appeared more gaunt, a reflection of the inner turmoil she was going through. Fans and the media watched as she went from the bright, bubbly star they knew to someone almost unrecognizable. The pressure, combined with her personal battles, led to moments where her outward appearance was no longer the polished image she had carefully crafted for years. But Britney isn't our only childhood star on the list. You won't believe who's next. Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin, our charming Home Alone star, grew to be a lot less charming than his younger self. And guess what? It was as a result of substance abuse. He became noticeably thinner. His face gauntered and his skin looked pale and tired. Fans who once admired his youthful charm started to notice these changes, and it was clear that he was in a difficult place. Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna was once a beauty to behold, but that changed over time. She made a series of decisions to change her appearance through plastic surgery, hoping to get a certain look that was popular. First, she had enhancements like breast implants and a bigger backside, which became some of her signature features. People started noticing the drastic changes, and it wasn't long before the surgeries became a regular part of her story. As her surgeries continued, her body became more sculpted and exaggerated, with many wondering if she was going too far. Her face also underwent significant changes, from lip fillers to jawline adjustments, all contributing to a more stylized appearance. While it was clear that she was embracing this new identity, the consequences were sometimes visible in the way her features shifted over time. Speaking of time, time is a factor that hasn't been good to our next celebrity. Keep watching to see how. Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner, previously known as Bruce Jenner, is one of those celebrities that aged badly. The star underwent a remarkable transformation through plastic surgeries that reflected her transition into her true self. Over the years, Caitlyn made the decision to undergo procedures that would help her align her outer appearance with her inner identity. One of the most noticeable changes was her face, which became more feminine with surgeries like a facelift and a nose job. Her features softened and her jawline became more delicate, giving her a completely different look, totally different from the person she used to be. But that's not all. The growth of the next celebrity is very saddening. Priscilla Presley. Once the glamorous wife of Elvis went through several plastic surgeries that dramatically changed her appearance over the years. Initially, she was known for her natural beauty, but as time passed, she began to make choices to enhance her look. She started with procedures like facelifts and Botox, aiming to preserve her youthful glow. However, as the surgeries continued, her features became noticeably altered. Her face appeared smoother, her lips fuller, and her skin tighter. But some of the changes weren't quite as subtle as she might have hoped. People began to notice how different she looked, and many were taken aback by the striking transformation. Priscilla herself later admitted to some regrets, saying that she felt the results weren't what she had envisioned. Pete Doherty. Pete Doherty, the British musician known for his rock star lifestyle, faced many challenges with substance abuse, which had a significant impact on his physical appearance. His struggles with drugs, including heroin and crack cocaine, took a toll on his body, making him appear gaunt and disheveled over the years. His face became pale, and his skin looked unhealthy, often giving him a tired and worn-out appearance. His once youthful features were overshadowed by the visible effects of addiction. As his substance abuse continued, Pete's energy and charisma seemed to fade, replaced by the physical signs of his battles. His fluctuating weight added to the dramatic changes, and people around him started noticing the shift from a vibrant, promising musician to someone visibly struggling. Heidi Montag.
Television reality TV star Heidi Montag to dramatically alter her appearance. But as she told my colleague Juju Chang, it may not be that simple.
Heidi Montag, a reality TV star known for her role in The Hills, went through a series of plastic surgeries that transformed her look in dramatic ways. She initially started with smaller tweaks, like breast implants and liposuction. But over time, the changes became much more extreme. After undergoing 10 surgeries in a single day, Heidi's appearance was completely altered. Her face became tighter, her nose slimmer, and her eyes wider, giving her a very different look than before. People were shocked by how much she had changed, with some feeling like the surgeries had made her almost unrecognizable. While Heidi initially embraced her new look, she later admitted that she regretted some of the decisions she made, especially since some procedures didn't turn out as planned. Shocking, right? It's not still the end of the list, though. Our next celebrity is a no-brainer, but not all of you could have foreseen her. Donatella Versace. Donatella Versace, the iconic fashion designer, became known for her striking transformation over the years, much of which was due to plastic surgery. Her journey started with subtle enhancements, like Botox and facelifts, but over time, her face began to change in more noticeable ways. Her once soft features became more sculpted, with her cheeks fuller and her skin tighter. As the surgeries continued, her appearance became more dramatic, with her lips growing plumper and her face looking smoother. People couldn't help but talk about the changes, and some even felt like she had gone too far. Despite the criticisms, Donatella embraced her look, unapologetic and confident in her choices. She continued to maintain her status as a fashion legend, even as her appearance became one of the most talked about in the industry. Jocelyn Wildenstein. Jocelyn Wildenstein, a socialite known for her extravagant lifestyle, became famous for her extreme plastic surgeries that transformed her face in startling ways. Initially, she sought to enhance her beauty, driven by a desire to maintain a youthful look and please her husband. However, over time, her surgeries became more frequent and intense. Her face began to change in ways that shocked people, with her eyes becoming larger and her cheeks puffier, giving her a cat-like appearance. The procedures, which included facelifts and other enhancements, left her looking vastly different from her original self. While Jocelyn defended her choices, claiming they were part of her self-expression, the public couldn't help but talk about how dramatic the changes were. She became a symbol of extreme cosmetic work, and her appearance sparked conversations about beauty, aging, and the limits of plastic surgery. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke is one of the unique ones on our list, and you won't believe why. His fall from beauty came from both surgery and substance abuse. Once known for his rugged good looks and successful career in Hollywood, Mickey went through a dramatic physical change over the years, mostly due to plastic surgery and drug use. After taking a break from acting, Mickey decided to go under the knife to fix some injuries he had sustained during his time as a boxer. However, the surgeries didn't turn out as he expected. His face, which had once been his trademark, began to look unrecognizable. His nose became noticeably different, his cheeks puffed out, and his skin looked tighter and smoother. People were shocked by the transformation, with many wondering if he had gone too far. Mickey himself admitted that the results weren't what he had hoped for, and he expressed regret over some of the procedures. But that is not all. Stay tuned for more. Tara Reid. Famous for her roles in American Pie, Tara went through some serious changes in her appearance over the years thanks to plastic surgeries. After becoming a Hollywood star, she decided to undergo a few procedures to enhance her looks. One of the most talked about was liposuction, which didn't go as planned. Instead of the subtle improvements she expected, Tara ended up with some noticeable scars and unevenness in her body. Her breast implants also became a topic of discussion, and people couldn't help but notice her changing figure. As her physical changes grew more obvious, the public reaction was mixed. Tara faced a lot of criticism, but she eventually spoke out, sharing that she had struggled with the results of some of her surgeries. Courtney Love. The beautiful Courtney Love, who was known for her edgy style and rock star persona, has gone through several physical changes over the years, many of which were due to plastic surgeries. She started with smaller enhancements, like Botox and fillers, but over time, her look seemed to shift in a more dramatic direction. Her face began to appear smoother, with her cheekbones more pronounced and her lips fuller. While these changes were noticeable, they didn't always have the desired effect, and some fans were surprised by how different she looked. As the surgeries continued, her features became even more altered, leading to a face that was hard to recognize compared to her earlier days. Lil' Kim. The rapper, who is known for her bold style, went through a noticeable transformation due to plastic surgery. Early in her career, she was known for her natural beauty, but over time, she chose to alter her appearance. She started with procedures like rhinoplasty, liposuction, and breast implants, all in an effort to create a more defined, glamorous look. But as she continued with surgeries, her features became dramatically different. Her nose became much thinner, her skin appeared lighter, and her face looked smoother, almost as if she had erased some of her natural features. Fans were shocked, and many wondered what had happened to the Lil' Kim they once knew. There's more on the list. Don't go anywhere, it keeps getting better. Katie Price. The British TV personality, who is widely known for her love of plastic surgery, which has led to some pretty dramatic physical changes over the years. Her transformations started early on in her career, with breast implants being one of her first major changes. As time went by, Katie kept making adjustments, from lip fillers to facelifts, all in the name of staying youthful and glamorous. But over the years, her appearance began to shift significantly. Her face became more sculpted, with her skin tighter and her features more defined. While some admired her bold choices, others felt her transformations made her look a bit unrecognizable. Bobby Norris. The Only Way Is Essex actor became quite well known for his plastic surgeries because of how they spoiled his good looks. He decided to undergo several procedures, aiming to enhance his look and keep up with the glam of the reality TV world. Bobby's choices included lip fillers, rhinoplasty, and Botox, which gradually gave him a dramatically different appearance. His face became smoother, with his lips fuller, and his nose more sculpted. People couldn't help but notice the striking changes, and Bobby's look became a topic of discussion. Melania Griffith. She went through a dramatic transformation over the years, largely due to her choice to undergo plastic surgeries. She started with procedures to enhance her looks, but as time went on, it seemed like she kept getting more and more work done. Her face, once known for its natural beauty, began to look smoother and more sculpted, with fuller cheeks and a tightened appearance. While some people praised her youthful look, others noticed how different she seemed, and not always in the way she probably intended. The changes were so noticeable that they became a hot topic of conversation. Crazy, right? Well, the next one is even crazier. Courteney Cox. Courteney Cox, who is best known for playing Monica Geller on the popular sitcom Friends, made headlines for her evolving appearance over the years. She initially opted for plastic surgery to preserve her youthful look, starting with Botox and fillers. At first, it wasn't very noticeable, but gradually, her face seemed to change more than she expected. Her cheeks became fuller, and her skin appeared tighter, making her look almost unrecognizable at times. People began to talk, with many wondering if she had gone too far with the procedures. Courteney herself admitted that she got caught up in trying to turn back time, but eventually she realized that it wasn't making her look better. Joan Van Ark. Joan Van Ark famous for her role in the soap opera Knots Landing, became known for her dramatic physical transformation over the years. As the years passed, she turned to plastic surgery to maintain a youthful appearance. Initially, her changes were subtle, but over time, it seemed like she kept going back for more. Her face started to look different, with her cheeks becoming puffier and her skin tighter than before. At one point, her features appeared so altered that fans barely recognized her. While Joan was always in the public eye, her changing look became the talk of the town. Some people admired her for staying youthful, while others questioned whether she had gone too far. Joan eventually became open about the work she'd had done, but despite her efforts, it was clear that the constant surgeries had led to a face that looked far removed from her original beauty. Linda Evangelista. Linda Evangelista, once one of the most famous supermodels in the world, went through a major transformation after opting for plastic surgery. In an attempt to enhance her looks, she had several procedures, including Botox and fillers. But things didn't go as planned. Instead of the subtle improvements she expected, the surgeries left her with a drastically altered appearance. Her face, once known for its natural beauty, became stiff and unrecognizable, and the changes were so noticeable that they became a topic of conversation in the media. Linda, who had always been proud of her striking features, began to struggle with the results. Eventually, she spoke out about the toll it had taken on her, revealing the emotional side of her journey. You would never guess who's next. Simon Cowell. The infamous and handsome talent judge became a bit of a curiosity with his appearance. Over the years, he turned to Botox and fillers to keep his face looking youthful. But as time went on, it started to seem like he was using them a bit too much. His once expressive face became more stiff and smooth, almost too perfect, and some fans noticed a dramatic change in his features. His jawline became more defined, but his eyes started to lose their natural spark, giving him a more frozen, unfamiliar look. While Simon's new appearance attracted plenty of attention, it also sparked criticism, with many wondering if he had gone too far. Cher. Cher has been in the spotlight for decades, and through it all her appearance has dramatically evolved. Known for her natural beauty, she underwent multiple plastic surgeries to maintain a youthful, glamorous look. Whether it was facelifts, Botox, or cosmetic enhancements, Cher always seemed to be ahead of trends, making sure her image stayed fresh and captivating. While many admired her for embracing change, the constant surgeries gradually altered her features, giving her a new, distinct look: sharp cheekbones, smooth skin, and a sculpted face. As she continued to tweak her appearance, some wondered if the procedures were becoming more noticeable. Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes, once a beloved child star, went through a tough time as she struggled with substance abuse. During this period, her physical appearance started to change dramatically. She seemed to lose a lot of weight, and her once bright, lively face became more gaunt. People noticed a shift in her overall demeanor, and her skin appeared unhealthy at times. As her issues with substance abuse worsened, it took a toll on her body, and her once fresh, youthful glow faded. Fergie. The pop star, who is known for her powerful voice and energetic performances, faced a tough period in her life, dealing with substance abuse. As she struggled with addiction, her physical appearance began to change. Her skin became noticeably duller, and she reduced in size, which made her look different from her usual self. Fergie's face also showed signs of exhaustion, with a more tired and worn-out look. Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato, the talented singer and actress, went through a difficult journey with substance abuse that had a noticeable effect on her physical appearance. As she struggled with addiction, her body reflected the toll it took. Her skin, once vibrant, started to look dull, and her weight dropped significantly. Sometimes she appeared more gaunt, while at other times she seemed bloated, with her face showing signs of the emotional and physical strain. The vibrant energy and confidence she once radiated seemed to fade as the pressures of addiction took over. However, Demi was open about her struggles and eventually took steps to get help. Madonna. The legendary singer, who is often called the Queen of Pop, has always been known for reinventing herself. But her journey with plastic surgeries has also sparked much conversation. Over the years, her face began to change as she underwent procedures like facelifts and fillers. These surgeries softened her features, creating a more youthful appearance, though some fans felt her looks became a bit overdone. Her once sharp jawline became smoother, and her eyes seemed lifted. Pamela Anderson. The iconic Baywatch star made headlines with her bold beauty choices, particularly her plastic surgeries. Over the years, she underwent breast implants, nose jobs, and facelifts. Her body transformed as her chest size grew dramatically, drawing lots of attention. As time went on, her face began to look quite different, with more noticeable alterations that softened her features. Despite the changes, Pamela maintained her trademark confidence. Carrot Top, Scott Thompson. Scott Thompson, better known as Carrot Top, went through some noticeable physical changes over the years, largely due to plastic surgeries. His face became more sculpted after undergoing various procedures, including fillers and facelifts. His jawline became sharper, and his cheeks were more pronounced, giving him a different appearance from his earlier, more natural look. His transformation was so dramatic that fans began to notice the shift, with many commenting on how much he looked altered. Do you think these celebrities spoiled their lives alongside their appearances? Or are they more than how they look? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.